Hi everyone. This will be our last mini lecture on the worksheets in our workbook regarding pronouns. We will have our pronoun exam on October 6th. October 6th is the pronoun examination. It will be held in our classroom, 11 o'clock, October 6th. That's the day that I'm hoping to join you, so I'll be there in the flesh. So I'll maybe be limping, maybe still using the cane, but I'll be on the downhill slide, baby. In about 4 more weeks, I ought to be pain-free and not limping. Except my right knee hurts too, so I'll probably have to have surgery on that one too, but we'll wait on that as long as possible. Don't get old, because your body just falls apart, okay? Stay young and youthful and beautiful as you all are, okay? That's just my advice from your Auntie Sarah, okay? That's the best news and advice I can give you. We're going to tackle page 26 in the 3-ring binder, and these are errors of usage. There's something wrong with the pronouns in these 13 sentences, and we're going to figure out what word, what pronoun really should go here. Okay? Alrighty. So let's talk about number 1. The jury gave its attention to the newest witness. What is the error in this sentence? IT' is the incorrect use of the pronoun. It should be ITS. IT' means it is. It's the contraction for it is. The possessive case pronoun its does not have an apostrophe. No possessive case pronoun has an apostrophe. Okay? Only possessive case nouns have apostrophes. Okay? Number 2, Mother gave my brother and I an extra helping of zucchini. Ooh, yummy. What's the problem? I should be me. Mother gave me an extra helping of zucchini. It is an indirect object. Mother gave what? Zucchini to whom? Brother and me. I can never be an indirect object because it's nominative case. See? And if you've got a dual object like that, kick out the first. Delete that first one and see if the pronoun is correct. My mother gave I an extra helping. Where were you raised? My mother gave me an extra helping. Okay? Objective case. Indirect object. Think it through. Find your subjects, find your verbs, find your cases, find your pronouns, find your objects of the pronouns. Got to do it all, baby. Got to do it all. Apply the why. Number 3, you're younger than me, aren't you? You're younger than I am. Usually if a clause ends with an objective case pronoun, it better be nominative case. Okay? If a sentence ends with an objective case pronoun, I bet you $5 to a hole in a donut, it should be in the nominative case. You're younger than I am. Because it will be the subject of an understood verb. I am is the construction that goes after you're younger than I am. It has to be nominative, in other words. If a sentence ends in a pronoun, I bet you that it better be a nominative case pronoun. Bet you, bet you, bet you. Not always, but it's a good rule of thumb. It's a good little tip, a good little clue. Apply all the whys you can to it. Figure it out. Number 4, each member of the committee expressed their opinion. Each. Kick out member in this sentence. Delete member. That makes each an adjective. Delete member. Strike it out. Scrub it out. Each expressed their opinion. Okay, delete of the committee too. Okay, Each expressed their opinion. My bad construction. Sorry. Each expressed. What refers back to each? There. What is the number of each? Singular. What is the number of their? Plural. We have a subject antecedent disagreement problem. We've got to make a jive. Each expressed his or her opinion. Or all expressed their opinions. You've got two ways to correct a subject antecedent problem. Mess with the subject or mess with what the pronoun is. So that your antecedent and the pronoun agree in number. They always have to agree in number. Surely you're competent to fix my car. What's wrong with that sentence? It's a wrong word. Your should be your. Surely Y-O-U apostrophe R-E to make the contraction for you are. Your is a possessive case pronoun. It doesn't fit there. There's nothing to modify. All possessive case pronouns are adjectives. Okay? So it's surely you are or you're competent to fix my car. I wish Susan would make more of them little tarts. It's got to be a demonstrative. Them is not a demonstrative. Of these little tarts, those little tarts, got to be plural because you got tarts. Them cannot be a demonstrative. It's not an adjective. Demonstrative pronouns can serve as adjectives if they're followed with nouns. We'll get to that when we talk about adjectives. Whom asked the question about the last chapter? What's the subject of that sentence? Whom, but it's the wrong pronoun. It should be who. Whom is going to be an objective case. Direct object, object of the preposition, indirect object. It can never, whom, can never function as a subject. Never nominative. Ever, 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 ever. Who is always nominative. Whom is always objective. If you remember that part, you're going to be cooking. Okay, because you can figure out why if you figure out what case it is. Okay? Number 8, Mr. Funk suggested that we give the stray dog to whomever claimed it first. Your dependent clause is to whomever claimed it first. Where's your subject? It's supposed to be whomever, but whom cannot be a subject. So the word should be whoever. Who, whoever, whosoever are always nominative. Whom, whomsoever, whomever are going to be objective. This is the subject of the verb claimed in that dependent clause. Whoever claimed, subject and verb. Number 9, either of my sisters will lend you their makeup mirror. What is the antecedent for there? Either. Is either singular or plural? Singular. It's either this one or this one. Not both, but it's one or the other. Is there singular or plural? It's plural. Look at your telephone poles for your possessive case personal pronouns. We've got a big grammatical mistake. Subject antecedent disagreement. Subjects and what they refer, nouns and what they refer back to, pronouns and what they refer back to have got to match in regard to number. So how can we correct this? We've got two ways. First way is to change the pronoun. There. Either of my sisters will loan you her makeup mirror. Either is singular, her is singular. Or you could say, my sisters will lend you their makeup mirrors. Sisters is plural, their is plural. So that subject antecedent agreement problem is kind of significant. We make that mistake often. I've mentioned that before. Number 10, everyone seemed to enjoy themselves. Same thing as number 9. What's the number of every one? Singular. It says so right there, every one. It doesn't say every two or every bunch. What word does everyone refer back? What is the word that, let's just continue. What about themselves? Themselves refers back to everyone. I'm losing my vocabulary here. Themselves, is it singular or plural? It is plural. We got a subject antecedent agreement problem here. So let's make them jive. Everyone is singular. Let's make the themselves singular, or vice versa, make everyone plural. Fans seemed to enjoy themselves. That works. Fans is plural, themselves is plural. Or everyone seemed to enjoy himself or herself after the celebration. So then you got singular everyone and singular himself, herself. Okay? My brother is very artistic, but he can't make a living from it. Where is your one, two? Where's your first pronoun in this sentence? My. Where's your second pronoun in that sentence? It. What is the antecedent of it? There ain't one in that sentence. There is not a noun or a pronoun in that sentence that it takes the place of. And what's the definition of a pronoun? It takes the place of a noun or a pronoun. What is the it referred to? It's nebulous, it's fuzzy, it's unclear, it's cloudy, it's not known. Art. Artistic is an adjective. We need it to take the place of a noun. My brother enjoys art, but he can't earn a living from it. What is the antecedent to it then? Art. It is a pronoun. It cannot take the place of an adjective. It has to take the place of another noun or another pronoun. Okay? So sometimes you've got to recast a sentence. It's very clear. Artistic is an adjective. My artistic brother. My artistic talent. Okay? Pronouns are kind of tricky. They're kind of hard. All right, anyway. Both Paul and Leon will bring his violin to rehearsal this afternoon. What's your problem? We have a plural subject, both, and what refers back to both? His. His is singular. So we've got that subject antecedent problem again. Both will bring their violins. Okay? Or each man will bring his violin. You got two ways to correct it. Think it through. Oftentimes in English, you've got more than one way to correct something. If you just know the one correction, you're sitting pretty. You know, you don't need to learn them all. If you can just remember one of the ways to correct something, you're cooking. Okay? Okay. Lastly, the same kind of problem, subject antecedent agreement. You look at that sentence and you figure out what's wrong with that sentence. What's the subject? Neither. What's the number of neither? Singular. It's neither this one nor this one. It's like either. Either and neither are both singular. It doesn't say both. It doesn't say all. It says either. This one or this one. That's what that is implied. Now what does neither function as the antecedent for? Vehicles. Vehicles is plural. It's got that S on the end, right? So how are we going to correct it? I'm wrong, guys. I'm sorry. There. The antecedent for there is neither. It's getting late in the day. I better stop this. I've done this all in about 3 hours, and it takes a long time to do this. I'm sorry. I'm fading fast, people. Neither is your subject, and there refers back. So we need to say neither, singular, of the vehicles has had its tires checked yet. Okay? Neither has had its tires checked. Has to be singular. There is plural. A subject-antecedent agreement problem. A significant grammatical mistake, truly. Okay? I don't think that I've got anything else. I hope not. I believe in the handout that I gave you, I had a page that says those pesky pronouns. I think I copied that off for you. I know I did. Read that through. That's more of a thoughtful approach to pronouns, maybe. A shorter approach to pronouns, maybe, than the Xeroxed off notes or my lecture on pronouns. It gives you more lists. It gives you more questions to consider as you're trying to deal with pronouns in a sentence. It gives you little tips to recall what these pronouns are. So utilize that as part of your notes. Okay? Remember, for the test on October 6th, make sure you know your case and why those pronouns are in that case specifically. Don't forget the appositives too. An appositive to a subject, an appositive to a direct object, an appositive to an indirect object, whatever the case may be. Make sure you know your 8 types of pronouns: personal, compound personal, relative, interrogative, demonstrative, exclamatory, reciprocal, and exclamatory? Indefinite. I always forget one. Supposedly, the optimum number of things you can remember in a list is 7. And so wouldn't you know there'd be 8 pronouns types. Oh, well, whatever. So make sure you know those, that you can identify them, that you can tell the number, person, gender, and case of all pronouns that I might ask you to deal with. Make sure you can do your telephone polls for the personal pronouns, the nominative case, the objective case, the possessive case. Make sure you can do your telephone poll for those compound personal pronouns. Those are the specialized pronoun business. Telephone poll. Be able to spot some errors so that you can correct them, like we've done here on page 26, part 4. If you got a question, you give me a call. If you got a question, you call Tito, you go by and see him. He's pretty accessible too. His office hours are posted. He's not going to be involved in a play this semester, so he won't be backstage building a set or rehearsing, so he'll be in his office. His contact numbers are on his door. My contact numbers are on my door and in the syllabus in our binder. So there's no excuse. Don't say you're embarrassed. Don't say she'll laugh at me. Don't say Tito will never explain that I can understand it. Because yes, he can, and I will answer any question. Please. Okay? Honest to gosh. So the exam over pronouns is October 6th. Okay? October 6th. I'm also going to do lectures on adjectives, and I'm going to do that next, just in case I can't return until the next week, the second week of October. You know, you never can tell how a person's going to recuperate from surgery. So I'm going to hedge a little bit and do the lectures on adjectives too. There's not as much to adjectives, thank the Lord, as there is to pronouns. Okay? So you hang in there, you study hard. This is something you're really going to have to study. Okay? Refer to these little lecture capsules again, these little chapters that I've tried to give you. I hope it's made sense to you. I hope you can figure out what I'm saying and how we're utilizing the worksheets. You can work in teams, make a copy of these worksheets and do them again and again and again. I think the only way to learn grammar is through practice and application. It's the only way I know how to do it, people. And you'll do just fine. Okay? You will, you will. The exam will be application. I'll give you a series of sentences and ask you to find the different pronouns and indicate what type they are. I will ask you to write the 3 personal pronouns telephone poles up. I will ask you to identify case of pronouns, and I'll ask you, of course, to tell why that pronoun is in that case. I'll ask you the difference between intensive use of the compound personal and the reflexive use of the compound personal pronoun. It'll be just comprehensive, and the little exercises, the samples on the exam will look a lot like the pronoun worksheets. Okay? All right. Okay. You take care of yourself. I look forward to seeing you very shortly, people. I really do miss you, and I'd rather do nothing than to come back at school and look at your beautiful faces. So you take care of yourselves, and good luck on your exam. I'll see you on the 6th. If everything goes the way I'm praying it'll go. Thank you very much for your patience and your indulgence and your understanding. God bless you all. Bye-bye.